Assalamu alaikum and welcome everyone to my channel Baking with Zeba. I'm so sorry. I know it had been a very long time. I have not posted any video on my YouTube channel. Trust me, I have been so busy because it was my brother's marriage, and unfortunately, one of my chacha, my uncle, passed away. So it was a very much emotional turnaround for our family as a whole. So because of all these happenings, I couldn't post any videos on my YouTube channel, and I am glad that people were asking me what happened, why are you not posting any videos. So here I am, and fortunately it's my husband's birthday today, so I'm preparing for him a beautiful red velvet cake. So let's get started. So the first step is to prepare buttermilk. So I have here half a cup of milk in which I am going to put 1 teaspoon of vinegar in order to prepare the buttermilk. If you have buttermilk readily available, you can use it, or else you can use this method in order to make fresh buttermilk. Originally, this recipe demands for buttermilk because it is what makes this cake very tender, very velvety in texture. That is why it is called as red velvet cake. So here I am taking 1 tablespoon of vinegar. So after putting vinegar, just give it a mix. You will see within seconds this milk turns into buttermilk. The milk curdles as soon as we put the vinegar. And now keep this aside. Let's move on for the next preparation. This recipe demands for 1 egg. If you're vegetarians and if you want to avoid egg, you can go for half a cup of curd with 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. This is the best substitute for an egg. So here I am cracking and opening 1 egg, and all my ingredients are at room temperature. Kindly make sure that all your ingredients are in room temperature. Okay, then let's start beating my egg. You can also use a hand whisker, but it will take a longer time. So I'm using a hand blender. So let's get started and whisk this out. Okay, then after 4 minutes of beating my eggs continuously, the eggs have become frothy and it has doubled in size. Now it's the time to add your powdered sugar, which is 3/4 cup or 150 grams of powdered sugar. The measurements will be there on the screen. Kindly make a note of it. And I will also put it down in the description below. You can make a note of it. Now let's start mixing our egg and the sugar batter. So mix this until you get this consistency of a flowing ribbon. So this is the consistency you need. Now we will put in the oil, which is also 3/4 cup of oil. Any vegetable oil will do. Kindly don't use any oil which has very strong smell like olive oil, sesame oil. Just use regular cooking oil. And now all you have to do is mix. That's it. This recipe is so easy. You have to just put all the ingredients and blend it together. That's it. Your cake will be absolutely ready, but make sure you measure all your ingredients properly. And now goes the vanilla essence, which I'm going to take about 1 teaspoon of it, and again give it a quick mix so that all our ingredients get incorporated. Then we will put in our food coloring. Done. So before mixing on our food coloring, we will first mix in all our dry ingredients together. So in our dry ingredients, I have here all-purpose flour or regular maida, which is 1 cup of it, and I have 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. This is 1/4 cup. If you could see, the measurement is exactly 1/4 cup. Yeah, so 1/4 cup. Make sure you take a good quality cocoa powder, and then goes baking soda, which is half a teaspoon of baking soda. Since this is going to be a velvety cake, we need all other ingredients in this. That is why vinegar, baking soda, all is going to give a chemical reaction and make this cake very fluffier. And then goes baking powder, which is 1/4 teaspoon of it. So all my dry ingredients have gone in. Mix this all together so that all these dry ingredients get incorporated well, and then we will sieve out this in our wet batter. And now coming back to the wet ingredient, I'm going to add the red food color, and trust me, this brand of red food color is very good. I have tried so many food colors, but this one gives exactly color, red color into your recipe. So I bought this product in Big Basket. You can go and search, it is available there. So I'm not sponsoring this, but from my experience, I'm telling you this product is good. Okay, then, so this has gone in, and now see the miracle how ready this batter becomes. It looks beautiful. Again, it's time for mixing. So let me grab my mixer and beat it well. Can you see the red color into this? I guess in the camera it looks a bit pinkish in tone, but trust me, when you see with your bare eyes, it is really red in color. Now it's the time to mix in all my dry ingredients into the wet batter. I'm going to add it in two portions, half and half. Don't add all your dry ingredients at once into the wet batter because it will become lumpy. So it's better you just divide it into half and sieve it properly so that you could remove all the lumps which are there. Usually the lumps are found in cocoa powder, so that is why sieve it properly. Okay, then we will start mixing our batter by gradually adding the buttermilk which we prepared. And I'm using here the electric mixer. If you have fear that you will overmix your batter, kindly I will suggest don't use electric mixer. You can just cut and fold it with your hand whisk or your spatula, because overmixing your batter will make your cake very dense and it will not have that velvety texture to your cake. So since I'm used to it, I know when to stop the electric mixer, so I preferably go for it. But for new beginners, those who don't have any idea, kindly avoid electric mixer and go with hand whisk or spatula. Oh, mashallah, can you see how beautiful and velvety the batter is looking? So it's done. I'll just remove the blenders from my electric whisk and I'll grab my spatula in order to collect all the batter which has got stick to the sides. Okay, then let's cut and fold this for last 4 to 5 times because I don't want to overmix, because I have already used an electric mixer. Okay, finally my batter is absolutely ready and it's ready to go inside the tin. Since it's my husband's birthday, I thought of making it into a heart-shaped cake. So here it is. I have lined this with a butter paper and I have oiled all the sides of the pan. And here it goes. Can you see the silky texture? Oh my god, it's looking so satisfying to watch this. So here goes my batter. I'll just grab my spatula and pour all this goodness inside the tin because we don't want to miss out even a bit of it. Okay, then after pouring it, kindly give it a nice tap. Tap it on all the sides of the pan so that if there are any air pockets inside the batter, it will come and pop out. And yeah, I have kept my oven for preheating at 180 degrees Celsius. Now let's take this cake and put it inside the oven and bake it for 30 to 35 minutes. Okay, then until my cake gets baked, I'm going to prepare whipped cream in order to decorate our cake, which will look absolutely beautiful. So here I have Amul whipping cream, which is readily available in the market. Many of the grocery stores nowadays have this. Don't buy Amul cream which comes in blue packet because it's just a regular cream which we can use in savories or making desserts. But this one is called as whipping cream because it gets whipped. It is high in fat content. And then we need vanilla essence and icing sugar, which is also available in all the markets nowadays. If you don't have icing sugar, you can also powder your sugar. And whisker, electric whisker, because in hand it will take a long amount of time, so it's better you use an electric mixer for this. And make sure the whipping cream whichever you are going to use is very much chilled, because if it is not cold, then your cream will not get whipped well. And one more trick for doing this is prepare a bowl with full of ice cubes, and on top of it keep the bowl in whichever you are going to prepare the cream, and preferably use a glass bowl because it doesn't get heated up so soon. So it's better you use a glass bowl in order to use your make your whipping cream. Okay, so I'm taking half a cup of Amul whipping cream into this bowl and start blending it with your electric blender. Start with very low speed at the initial stage, and then you increase your speed as you go by. It will take nearly 6 to 5 minutes to form soft peaks inside the screen. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes of beating it, and you could see the soft peaks forming up. So it's the right time when you have to put in your flavoring agent. I'm here putting vanilla because it is going to be a plain vanilla whipped cream. If you want, you can also put chocolate sauce at this point of time. So I'm putting here about half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So now goes the icing sugar, which is 1/4 cup of icing sugar. For half a cup of cream, I'm using 1/4 cup of icing sugar. If you like a bit sweeter, if you want your cream to be a bit sweeter, you can go with equal measurement of icing sugar and cream. But since I don't want to be very sweet, I'm using only 1/4 cup, and gradually add little by little. Don't pour it at once. So gradually adding your icing sugar, just beat it till the time you see the soft peaks or becoming into stiff peaks. I'll tell you what is meant by stiff peaks later on, but don't overmix the cream, because it will then go into a runny consistency, which will not look good on your cake. So it's better you whip it up to the point. Okay, finally it's done, and let me show you the stiff peak. How does this look? So when you take it out, it doesn't fall, it just stays in the place. The shape, it acquires the shape. And one more tip for testing it is, you just have to make your bowl upside down. Yeah, you heard it right. So you make it upside down. If it doesn't fall, it means your cream is whipped well. So here's the magic. If your cream is whipped well, when you make your bowl upside down, it will not fall. It will just stay in its place. Can you see? And now see the bowl which is down. Nothing is there. It means your cream has been whipped well. So my cake has also been baked. My whipped cream is also ready. Now let's wait for the cake to cool down. Then we will layer our cake with the cream. Okay, then the birthday cake is absolutely ready and it is looking simply gorgeous. From outside, it is full of white, and from inside, it is full of reddish in tone. And I'm waiting for my husband to arrive home soon so that we could cut it and celebrate his birthday. And it is going to be a surprise for him. And for you all guys, if you like this video, kindly like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more upcoming baking recipes. Until then, this is me, Zeba, signing off, and happy baking!